Your life is working. You have a job. You pay your bills. You show up every day. People don't worry about you. From the outside, nothing looks wrong. And yet, there is a quiet space inside you that doesn't feel full, not sad, not broken, just empty. And you don't know why. You're not in a crisis. Nothing terrible happened. You didn't lose your job. Your relationship didn't explode. Your health isn't collapsing. So it feels strange to admit that something is off. Because you don't have a good reason. You still laugh at the right moments. You still reply to messages. You still do what needs to be done. But inside, something feels disconnected. Not dramatic, not loud, just flat. Like you're watching your own life from a small distance. Like you're here, but not fully here. And you don't know when that started. A man was crossing a river alone in a small wooden boat. The water was calm. The sky was pale. Nothing felt urgent. He wasn't thinking about much. He was just moving forward. Halfway across, another boat drifted toward him. At first, he didn't pay attention. It was far. It was slow. It didn't look dangerous. But the current carried it closer and closer until it bumped into his boat, not violently, just enough to break the quiet moment. His body reacted before his mind did. His shoulders tightened, his jaw clenched. A sharp feeling rose inside him. Anger, not because it truly hurt him, but because something interrupted the stillness he was in. He stood up slightly, ready to shout, ready to blame someone. Then he looked closer. The other boat was empty. No one inside, no hands on the oars, no face to be angry at. Just a hollow wooden shell being carried by the river. And something in him softened. The anger had nowhere to go. The words he was about to shout fell apart inside his chest. Because there was no one who meant to crash into him. No one who chose this. It wasn't an attack. It wasn't personal. It just happened. He sat back down. The river kept flowing. And the moment passed. Most of the moments that tighten us don't arrive as real attacks. They arrive as small interruptions. A tone that felt colder than usual. A message that felt shorter than it should have been. A look that felt distant. A delayed reply. A canceled plan. A quiet shift in someone's energy. Nothing dramatic. Nothing you can clearly point to and say, "This is what hurt me." And yet, something inside you closes a little. Your shoulders tighten. Your chest feels heavier. Not because something terrible happened, but because something felt wrong. And almost without noticing, your mind starts filling in the blanks. You don't hear what they meant. You hear what it might mean. You start telling yourself a quiet story. They don't care anymore. They're pulling away from me. I did something wrong. They don't respect me the way they used to. And the strange thing is, that story feels very real. It feels logical. It feels protective. It feels like you're just being realistic. But what if nothing actually happened? What if there was no hidden message, no intention, no meaning aimed at you? What if what touched your life in that moment wasn't a person trying to hurt you, but just something drifting into your day, like an empty boat bumping into yours on a moving river? Not angry, not careless, not personal, just there, just passing through. Just part of a world that doesn't always move according to your inner story. She was in her early 50s, suburban life, quiet house, a stable marriage, nothing dramatic. She had been with her husband for over 25 years. They didn't fight much. They didn't shout. They didn't hate each other. They just moved around each other politely. She told me, "I don't feel angry at him. I don't feel disappointed either. He didn't do anything wrong." That's the strange part. She wakes up every morning, makes coffee, checks her phone, goes to work, comes home, cooks dinner, watches something half interesting on TV, then goes to bed. And when she described her days, there was no sadness in her voice, just a kind of softness, like she was describing someone else's life. She said, "Everything is fine. I should be grateful, but everything feels flat, not painful, not heavy, just empty in a quiet way. Like I'm living inside a routine that keeps going, even though I'm no longer really inside it." She paused for a long time, then said something very small. "I don't miss anything specific. I just miss feeling something." A man in his mid-40s, good income, healthy kids, a stable life, no major crisis. From the outside, everything looked fine. He said quietly, "I don't know what I'm waiting for anymore." He wakes up early, checks his phone before getting out of bed, scrolls through emails, news, messages, nothing urgent, nothing meaningful, just enough to start the day without really starting it. He drives to work on the same roads he's been driving on for years, same traffic lights, same parking spot. He sits in meetings, solves the problems he's paid to solve, then drives home, eats dinner with his family, listens, but not fully, smiles, but not deeply, then goes to bed and does it again. He said, "Nothing bad is happening, that's the strange part. But I keep feeling like something is supposed to start, and it never does." He paused, then said, "So I just keep going, not toward anything, just forward." He looked down, not sad, not angry, just tired in a quiet way. He said, "Sometimes I sit in my car after work, engine off, not wanting to go inside yet, not because I hate my life, but because I don't know what I'm walking back into anymore." Maybe nothing is broken, not in her life, not in his life, not in yours. Maybe what hurts isn't what actually happened. Maybe what hurts is the story we quietly built around what happened. The story that says, something should feel different by now. Something should have started by now. Something should be more than this. Maybe we've been waiting for a chapter that was never coming, and blaming our lives for not delivering it, like getting angry at a boat because we thought someone was steering it, when there was no one there. Maybe life was never supposed to arrive anywhere. Maybe it was always just moving, and we were the ones trying to decide what it was supposed to mean. Maybe nothing is wrong with where you are. Maybe you're just tired of carrying a story about where you think you should be. For a moment, you don't have to fix anything. You don't have to figure anything out. You don't have to know what comes next. You can just sit inside the life you already have, without asking it to become something else. And for now, that can be enough. You can stay here for one more breath, noticing where you are, and when you're ready, you can go back to your day a little slower than before, not rushing anything,